The Singapore Traffic Police revealed that on average, a motorcyclist meets with an accident every 2 hours and about one loses his life on the road each week. Despite motorcycles making up for less than 15% of vehicles on the road, more than half of the traffic accidents that take place involve motorcycles. This contributes to almost 40% of all traffic fatalities in the first half of 2017. A recent survey discovered that 3 in 4 motorcyclists have been in an accident before. Motorcyclists are the most vulnerable type of motorists in road accidents, especially when heavier vehicles are involved. Today, we have with us motorcyclists who will be sharing with us anecdotes about their motorcycle accidents.
It was just a routine breakfast ride, so we just went up, had breakfast and come down, and that's it. So on the way back, I have no idea still what happened. It's just that I was riding, then negotiating the bends at normal speeds and angles, and suddenly I closed my eyes, opened my eyes, I'm in hospital already.
Now, we will head to Racing World, where their ambassador May will explain to us the importance of riding gears.
Riding gears are items specifically designed to protect us from injuries when we engage in riding a motorcycle. Some examples of riding gears include the helmet, the jackets, the gloves, the pants, as well as the boots. A lot of people think that bikers only wear riding gears just to look cool. They only try to wear leather to look like posers. But the thing is, actually riding gears have a lot of functions. They are capable of keeping us dry when it's wet, cool when it's hot, and alive in a crash.
We reached out to the traffic police and they cited these top 3 reasons for motorcycle accidents: failing to keep a proper lookout, failing to have proper control of the motorcycle, changing lane without due care. Motorcyclists have always been a vulnerable group when it comes to traffic accidents. Although there has been a decrease in the number of motorcycle accidents from 2016 to 2017, they still made up more than half of the overall traffic accidents and close to 36% of overall traffic fatalities. Despite these daunting statistics, a survey we further gathered also showed that almost 50% of motorcyclists still choose not to wear protective riding gears.
So my name is Jerry. I don't wear those protective gear except like helmet. Usually I just wear long pants and just a normal t-shirt. I'll just head off to work and normal riding. But if it's like closer and short distance, I'll just be wearing slippers, shorts and a singlet. When we are learning in school, usually their advice is when your skin is like covered by the long sleeve, not like with those padding, it's more than sufficient. Good quality one. It can cost up to 800-900 for the top, not even for the pants. So if you probably buy once, it will be $1,000 over. I would not change my mindset because financial is actually a big problem for me as a student, and it's pretty much quite taxing if I try to afford one.
Taking into account that the usage of protective riding gears are not mandatory, educational campaigns are being stepped up by the traffic police. In August 2017, they launched the Singapore Ride Safe 2017 program in collaboration with the Singapore Road Safety Council with the theme Gear Up, Ride Safe. The campaign emphasizes on the importance of wearing protective gear such as helmets, gloves, jackets, and boots. It is also important to practice good riding habits such as maintaining safe braking distances and steering clear of the blind spots of larger vehicles. In the event of wet weather, motorcyclists should also seek cover under one of the 80 shelters island-wide. The campaign will also reach out to delivery companies to urge their riders to wear protective riding gears and practice good road sense. Banners carrying the campaign message will also be placed on lampposts and overhead bridges as a clear and present reminder to all motorcyclists.
We may not need to have to be so ambitious like, I have to buy all the riding gears at once. We can save up for 3 months to buy the gloves first, a good pair of gloves, and then another 6 months to buy a good pair of boots. And by the end of 1 or 2 years, you already have a very good set of riding gears that can serve you for years.
I broke my little metacarpal, my right femur, and my scapula. So the gears did save me to a certain degree. Not fully, but I would have been worse. So I feel that it did help. It's like insurance. You want to have it, but you hope not to use it. But if you have to use it, lucky you have it.
At the end of the day, protective riding gears can only lessen the damage taken from accidents. Riding safe and being a responsible rider ultimately prevents accidents. Although one may not be able to afford riding gears, one can definitely afford to be a gracious rider.